we spend a lot of time, you've noticed, I think, since the first of the year, we're spending a lot more time on state issues, and there's a reason for that. We're looking at what's happening at the state level because the states are really the firewall around the rights and freedoms of the American people to an aggressive leftist federal government, which is what we see happening with the executive orders and the policies that they're trying to push out. And if they can eliminate the legislative filibuster in the Senate, believe me, Katie, bar the door, because they're coming for all of our freedoms, all of our rights. And I don't say that flippantly. I mean, look, we've been talking about the outrage, quote unquote, outrage from the left over Georgia simply trying to ensure that there is integrity in their elections. There were problems that surfaced in the November election, so they've gone back and they've fixed it, just like about 35, 36 other states are doing right now. And this is all about stopping that so that they can control the federal elections. But there's some other things happening at the state level, and joining me now to talk about this, Quena Gonzalez. He's FRC's Director of State and Local Affairs. Quena, welcome back to the program.
Great to be with you, Tony.
All right, it's been a while, Quena, but we are in the state legislative season. This is when state legislatures meet. Some are almost finished. Some actually have finished. Others, like my home state of Louisiana, just getting started. So give us kind of the lay of the land across the country as it pertains to state activity and family issues.
Yeah, Tony, thanks. This is our Super Bowl at the state level. 80 to 90% of the bills that we're going to track will be heard and either die or be enacted by the middle of April, the end of April, beginning of May. So this is definitely our high season. There is a lot going on, Tony. I was just looking a few minutes ago at the bills that have moved so far this year already. 13 high-priority state bills have been enacted across the country. These range from religious liberty protections in a time of public health emergencies. A couple of states have responded to that well. Several Born Alive bills in 3 different states have been enacted already since the beginning of the year. So yes, this is a very busy time at the state level.
So we yesterday we were talking with State Representative Robin Lundstrom, who is the author of the SAFE Act in Arkansas. We were discussing with her the governor's veto. They're working on that override there. That's an important piece of legislation.
Yeah, it really is, Tony. It would protect children, as our listeners know, from having gender transition procedures done to them. These are irreversible chemical and sometimes surgical procedures that are done to feminize boys or to masculinize girls. And they're really irreversible. Even trying to postpone puberty, natural puberty, from occurring when it naturally should, is an irreversible procedure. That time cannot be reclaimed. The body, that little boy or little girl will never grow at the natural rate, at the natural time. And so preventing these experimental procedures from happening to kids is really, really important. We're very proud to be working with Robin and Senator Alan Clark there in Arkansas on this bill to try to get a veto override.
Of course, other states are looking at legislation dealing with this issue, some not directly on this issue. We've been discussing some of the sports bills, but this, because of the push at the federal level, the states are responding.
I think so. I think that's exactly right, Tony. State legislators, as you know, are overwhelmingly Republican. However, many of them are conservative remains to be seen. But we're beginning to see that. We're beginning to see state legislators very alarmed at the Biden administration's big push on gender identity and respond with bills like the one in Arkansas. We just found out this week that a 19th state, North Carolina, has introduced a bill addressing this issue, and we're working with legislators in multiple states to craft their bills and to sharpen them and to prepare them for floor debate. And as you know, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, just for historical context here, during the Obama administration, the last liberal leftist administration pushing abortion, We actually saw, beginning in 2010, 2011, a historical number of pro-life measures going through state legislatures. So the states do respond to the left-of-center policies of the federal government.
That's right. We saw a surge. I think we now, depends on how you track them, but during and after the Obama years, we have seen just about as many state pro-life laws enacted as we did in the 35 prior years after Roe v. Wade.
Yeah, so folks, don't lose heart. Don't. I know you get a little frustrated and angry, and that's okay, but make it righteous indignation. Roll up the sleeves and go to work. Pray and stand. That's what we've got to do.
That's right.
Quena Gonzalez, thanks so much for stopping by.
It's a pleasure, Tony.